And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. Today is a beautiful Thursday, November 6th, 2025. I'm your host, St. Nick, and we got a great show for y'all today. Well, week 10 in the NFL is going to kick off tonight, folks. Thursday night football with a matchup. It's a matchup tonight, folks, all right? Raiders at Broncos. Should be a game. It's a game to watch, and it's not on ESPN, so we should all be able to watch, right? The junk game. They're giving us the junk game we can all watch. Flex this one to ESPN and give us something better, okay? Please. So today on the show, we break down that game. We make our official predictions and reactions on all the Week 10 NFL lines. Where is our thinking compared to Vegas? Where are they going to try and plant some trap bets? And we'll see if we're as sharp as the books, baby. So we got that today on the show. Unfortunately, we did not have our show yesterday. I apologize. But we will also be just touching upon the trade deadline. I know everybody got their words out yesterday, but I wasn't able to. So I will say my piece about all the trades a day later. So we got that today on the show, and some news to go over. So let's start the dang thing, and let's start here in the NBA. A couple of things to talk about, a couple of things to celebrate. And the first one up, give it the fuck up. Give it the fuck up for the man, the dog, the Brody, the engine, and my vice president running mate in 2032, baby. Russell Westbrook doing Russell Westbrook things. Triple-double, get the win. 23 points, 16 rebounds, 10 assists, shooting 69%. 69%. A guy that nobody wanted on their team. Oh, Russell Westbrook, year 18? No, I don't want him. No, thank you. Literally, what was it, 3 days before the season tipped off, the Kings finally got their act together and got him on the squad? And he's making that instant impact that we all knew Russell Westbrook can give you. So, an absolute dominant performance by Russell Westbrook last night. Once again, everybody's so quick. Why is everybody always so quick to throw people in the garbage, in the trash? I know there's always some, new, younger thing out there. It was, Giannis, and then it was, Jokic, Giannis, then it was, Wemby now. It was Zion. And obviously those are all great players. Still even Zion, a very good player. But we're always so quick. All right, now that we got this guy, we can throw this guy out. No. Russell Westbrook's still out here competing with the best of them. Ben Simmons, y'all gave Ben Simmons 18 years. And you want to throw Russell Westbrook in the garbage at the first sign of aging, which I don't even think I've seen yet. So stop throwing people in the garbage, folks. Please stop. We get John Morant. Y'all took his joy away. He showed a gun. Oh, no. He flashed a gun. We got to get over the gun thing, folks, okay? Honestly, we got to move past it, all right? I'm sure he's learned from it. I haven't seen a gun since then. You're taking the joy out of John Morant. He needs to change his scenery. They're ready to throw him in the trash. And not only did Russell Westbrook absolutely dominate last night, he talked his shit. And yes, sir, stop with the humble. Everybody, I see that's my problem. I'm a little too humble. I can go and brag, and I can go and do all these things, but I don't. Do you see me bragging ever, folks? I don't, okay? Stop with the humble ability. I'm done being humble. I'm done. I'm telling y'all, folks, I am done with the humble. Humble beard is done. Humble bumble beard is done. It's gone. All right? But Russell Westbrook, stop being humble. You're too good to be humble. They throw you in the trash. Once you get thrown in the trash, you don't got to be humble anymore. All right? They did it first. They took the first shot. No more humble ability. Humble bumble, no more. The holly jolly humble bumble is no more. You're going to disrespect me first? That's fine. I tried to be respectful, but then y'all never saw it. See, that's the thing. It's like if you brag about yourself, then you're not really humble, but people know. People know what you're actually doing. If you're just trying to be like, you know what, I'm going to be humble, I'm going to let my actions speak louder than words that everybody loves to say, but nobody really even acknowledges. But, if you just go on actions and don't back it up with your bark or your bite, they'll walk all over you. Be like, yeah, Russell Westbrook's good, but his triple-doubles come in kind of garbage time and all that, and he's kind of, getting in front of the rebounds, kind of, they kind of stat padding a little bit on the rebounds, a little bit. That's how they talk about Russell Westbrook because he was always so humble. Humble bumble is done. Russell Westbrook, listen to him.
What's kind of
at the podium last night.
Being able to kind of impact plays like that. Oh man, humbly speaking, I'm the best rebounding guard ever. So when the ball come across the rim, I'm gonna get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ain't no humble ability about it. You are. Russell Westbrook is the best rebounding guard ever. He just passed Jason Kidd for his record or whatever. Russell Westbrook is the best rebounding guard ever. Look, people got to start renting me out, okay? Anger translator, humbly speaking, two at the podium, all that. No, Russell Westbrook is one of the best players in the entire NBA history. He's the biggest dog in NBA history. I've never seen a motor like Russell Westbrook. The only motor second to Russell Westbrook, they call him the GOAT, Michael Jordan. Russell Westbrook deserves so much more respect than everybody. Give this man a raise. Give this man the guaranteed money. This man signed the contract with the Kings, itty bitty money, and it's not even guaranteed. The time to guarantee it is right now. Right now. He's lighting the beam, folks. Russell Westbrook, folks, give it up for him. Give it up. They throw you in the garbage. And you go out and still produce triple-doubles. You still go out there and produce dubs, wins. You still go out and beat the Warriors. Steph Curry. Ah! They get the win, 121-116. And I love it. Watch out for the Kings, folks. They're just getting started. So shout out to Russell Westbrook. I'll talk your shit for you. Whatever you need from me, Russell, I am here for you, my running mate. I told y'all yesterday on the show, or 2 days ago on the show, we officially announced it. I will be running for president when I turn 35, and I'm running for 2032. We're bringing integrity, and we're bringing competition back to America. It's me and the Brody, folks. Watch out on the ballot. All right, quickly, just to recap what went down in the NBA last night, and we only got one game on tonight. One lone little game, Clippers and Suns, and we know that Kawhi Leonard ain't going to play. And James Harden probably isn't going to play either, so not a game to watch. We get to watch Devin Booker on the court by himself. Woo! What a game. I think we'll be tuning in for Thursday Night Football. But last night in the NBA, 76ers lose to the Cavs. Jared McCain out. We saw him make his debut 2 days ago, get the dub. Or no, they lost. They were controlling that whole game. So 76ers are good. Love this team. Tyrese Maxey doing his thing. But the Cavs take advantage of the shorthanded 76ers last night. They get the win 132-121. Jazz lose to the Pistons. Walker Kessler out for the season. Truly unfortunate. And, he was kind of, their motor over there. So don't expect the Jazz to be competitive, unfortunately, this season. They get the loss, 103-114 to the Pistons. The battle of two garbage teams, Nets and the Pacers. Nets win, but who cares? We all lose. Wizards, Celtics. Celtics dominate like they should, 136-107. Timberwolves, Knicks, Anthony Edwards was back last night, and it was a competitive game up until, mid-third quarter. Knicks started to run away with it, and they do run away with it, 137-114. Jalen Brunson dominating. Julius Randle had a great game, a little bit of a revenge game, but just not enough there for the Timberwolves. We had the Rockets at the Grizzlies, and, Ja Morant, he's out there. No win, though, so expect the stories, expect the narratives to weigh even more. And I think there was some point where, Kevin Durant was yapping at Ja Morant's dad. It was like, hey, your son doesn't want to be here. I think he's going to be gone soon. Something along those lines. But Rockets get the win 124-109. They're looking really good, and, we all kind of assumed that. All right, next game up is Pelicans and Mavericks, and the Mavericks are so... The Mavericks, give it up! Give it up for the owner of the Mavericks, folks. Golly, Nico Harrison. What an absolute fraud. What a fraud. You know, he won the game one, and he started to wave that trade in everybody's face. See, like, hey, it worked, I told y'all. But they're 2-6. You know, Anthony Davis banged up, and you got Luka Doncic. You got Luka Doncic on the Lakers just going crazy. So you got to love the NBA. You got to love these owners doing nonsensical things that potentially, I'm not alleging, but, you know, maybe potentially alleging. Maybe. Who knows? I'm not saying anything, folks. Maybe, potentially, possibly, but also possibly not. You know, this whole thing is a little sketchy, right? You get the draft pick, all that. So... You know, fire Nico. Y'all got to say it louder. I know he's kicking everybody out, but look, you got to stand. We got to make a stand. And that's kind of what's the most frustrating thing. It's like, we know we're getting bullshitted, but when you try to speak up, I mean, the weight of the money, you know, because these companies be throwing money around, okay? Money to parrot narratives. Folks, if you don't know what a bot farm is, I'm going to let you know right now, it's overtaken every aspect, every corner of every single internet, okay? So when we know we're being bullshitted and we're trying to make noise about it, and you know, we're trying to do it the right way, you know? You try to withhold your money, not support, but then you get everybody on you piling down, making you seem like you're the dummy, you're the wrong one, when in full time you're not. So the Mavericks can keep doing all that, okay? All the money, I'm sure they're botting like crazy. No. Nico Harrison was actually smart for making the trade. Look at them. The Mavericks are 2-6, but they're getting better. They almost beat the Pelicans. Like, that's very good. Oh, what a crock of garbage, folks. What a crock of garbage. You know, hey, look, you know, I try to think of ways that we can truly make an impact, and I'm trying, folks. I'm trying. Like I said, I'm throwing my visor into the ring for presidency. I truly want to make the change. I want to make the difference. The integrity in America, it needs to come back. Nobody's being integral. Nobody. I thought ESPN was being integral, but then they completely flipped it, because I woke up to the news of them, you know, splitting up with Penn Entertainment for their sports book, so no more ESPN sportsbook. I was like, that's great. That shouldn't even be the partnership if you're in sports entertainment, sports media, driving narratives, pushing bets that you know are fraudulent, allegedly, maybe, possibly, but also maybe not possibly, so settle down. But then they turned around 20 minutes. They turn around 20 minutes later and partner with DraftKings to be the official odds partner for ESPN. So, you know, just when you think a company's doing the right thing, they turn around and just look for the more money. Oh, we're not getting as much money as we thought with our sports book, so let's just partner with the biggest one and call it a day and guarantee the profit, right? It's all about more money, folks. Alrighty, let's just keep going here, folks. Let's keep going here. Alrighty, next one up, and Heat at the Nuggets, and this is big time unfortunate. I do just want to send a prayers up to Erik Spoelstra. Real horrible news here. His house burned down last night. Really, like, burned, like it's gone. The house is done. We get the video right here. I mean, the blaze is turning. Golly. So unfortunate. Obviously, we're hoping nobody was in the house. Hopefully you didn't lose anything too truly valuable there. And obviously this is, nobody wants to see this with anything. So hopefully Erik Spoelstra is, in a good place right now, and this isn't going to be too burdensome on him. So shout out to Erik Spoelstra, his whole family. This is atrocious. Now, everybody settle down, because, you know, I'm sure blah, 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 blah. But I did make a tweet. I made a little joke, folks. Okay, settle down. I said, was it the mob? The spread was -9.5, and they lost by 10. So, real interesting. You come home and your house is burning down right after the game, amid a lot of gambling scandals going on, and we know the mob is a lot more entrenched in it than maybe we were assuming. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that, but it's funny to maybe think about. But also, at the same time, shout out to Erik Spoelstra, we don't want to see that, okay? So everybody settle down, okay? It's a little joke. Ease the tensions. Settle down. I like Erik Spoelstra. I've called him the best NBA coach in the league, okay? Settle down. Hopefully it wasn't the mob. All right. 3 more games left last night. Spurs at Lakers, and ooh, baby, the Lakers getting it done with no LeBron because they've got the best player in the NBA that Nico Harrison gave away for peanuts. Luka Doncic doing Luka things, folks. 35 points, 9 rebounds, 13 assists. They get the dub over the Spurs, 118-116. The Spurs team very good, and now this Lakers team turns to 7-2. No LeBron James yet. Absolutely fantastic. So looks like the Lakers are winning this trade for a second year in a row. But Nico Harrison has the plan, folks. Just trust the plan. All these people with money saying trust the plan, and they do garbage things along the way. It's so funny. It's like, I can no longer trust the plan. I don't know what you want from me. So Lakers get the win, and this is looking like a real team out here, folks. And I had somebody bring it up. I think it was people on social media, which is crazy. I don't even want this to be even thought of, but they're like, well, the Lakers are having success now, so should they try and trade LeBron? And I'm just like, no, are we crazy? I mean, let's just take this scenario. LeBron James is what, your third option, your fourth option? That's amazing. He's the best fourth option in NBA history. Are we out of our minds? And we're all talking about depth ability. What are we doing? Last year, we've been talking about the last 2 years. No more super teams. It's no longer a big three. You need the depth. Well, there's your depth, LeBron James. Austin Reeves going crazy. Luka doing crazy things. Well, now LeBron James doesn't have to work as hard anymore. That's great. It frees up everybody else. I don't even, if that becomes a narrative the Lakers don't need LeBron James, that's the craziest thing I think I'll ever hear. But the Lakers get the win, 118-116. The Thunder lose their first game last night. Close game, 119-121 against the Blazers. Shea, 35-9-4, just came up a tad small. And then the last game of the night, our VP running mate, Russell Westbrook, doing his thing, triple-double, winning the game, 121-116 against the Warriors. So, good night in the NBA last night. So far, it's been a good season. I won't fake to y'all. Players, balling out. I'm still big disappointed in the Pelicans. Zion needs to go. Zion's too good for that team. So, we'll see what teams start to really emerge as contenders. And so far, good season so far. All right, Erik Spoelstra, rest up to the man. And then the last thing right here, basketball, and then we'll shift gears to the NFL. This is, once again, we got to stop this. This is kind of the last thing that's truly ruining the sport besides insider betting. We don't like that. But over this last week, players, coaches making it very apparent. And this is something, that's very heavily talked about. And I think that's why we're in the place we are in right now. Because we're just making it common practice. We're making it like it is kind of an written rule that everybody understands. But this is ruining the sport. And the thing is, players getting certain calls because of their name, because of how great they are, you got to call the game fair. You got to call it fair the same way. I don't care if it's Giannis versus Bronny James. Giannis earned getting the call. What the fuck is that? That's crazy. So we hear from Doc Rivers the other night. Doc Rivers on what a ref said to him during a game. I mean, this is crazy. He said, quote, one of the refs said, yeah, they are hitting his arms, but he's playing through it. Talking about kind of, Giannis and driving. He's getting fouled all the time because everyone's reaching and slapping his arms and wrists. The ref says blatantly, yeah, they're hitting his arms, but he's playing through it, so we're not going to call it. What the fuck is that? Are we crazy? So you want people to flop? You want people to sell garbage calls? We want the SGA? We want that to be everywhere in basketball? I don't think that's what the sport wants or needs or what the fans want or need. So that's crazy. I know Giannis is big, and I know he's beefy, and I know he's hard to defend, but newsflash, that's the trajectory that the NBA is going towards. Wemby, folks! That's what the direction is heading towards. I've been screaming this since 2000. I've been 5 years old at the point, and I've been screaming it now, and it's still true now, today, 25 years later. Athleticism is always going to be increasing. These sports players, these athletes are always going to get more athletic, more taller, faster, bigger, stronger, faster, stronger, faster, stronger. But that don't kill me. You know me? It can only make me stronger. Shout out Kanye West. He knew, folks. This is where basketball is going to be heading. Everybody is 7'5". Everyone's beefy. Everyone's dunking on each other. Everyone can drive from the three-point line. But this brings us back to our overarching kind of narratives on this show of you got to be disciplined. You can't just go willy-nilly and start reaching. I mean, newsflash, folks, it's not that hard to play basketball without fouling. I play basketball, folks. I do pickup games, okay? Am I out there fouling every time? No. You got to be disciplined. And if you get beat, you get beat. Don't reach and make it worse. So I just think it comes down to players got to be disciplined. That's all it is. Stop with these, Giannis earned these calls, or Giannis is too big, so he's not getting these calls. It's like, where's the fairness in the game at this point? And then Jaylen Brown kind of says the same thing. He goes on Twitch. He's streaming. Don't love that, but he says something I agree with, so maybe players should be streaming. But Jaylen Brown says, quote, regarding officiating, says, quote, certain players get a certain whistle. This is an integral issue for me, and I agree. Maybe it's for marketing reasons. Maybe it's other reasons. I don't know. But the game of basketball should be your job to make the call regardless of the player, regardless of his size, regardless of his stature, regardless of how many Instagram followers he got, or regardless of who he signed with. And that's exactly it. I mean, look, we're all in the NBA. Not everybody is Giannis's height yet. It will catch up. But, we got Giannis. We got Bronny James. We've got Victor Wembanyama versus Bronny James. And Bronny James got dunked on last night because he is smaller. He tried to defend, he couldn't, and that's just what this game is. The fact that we're not giving calls to true fouls, we're swallowing the whistle because they haven't earned the call. This is not a good direction the NBA is going, folks. You got to treat everybody as the same. Like, I don't understand. Well, I do understand, because everybody in the national media, they just go along with it. They parrot this narrative and kind of champion, and now they kind of make it kind of normal practice. We got people on ESPN saying, well, he hasn't earned the call. This is a two-time champion. Like, of course he's going to get the call. It's like, is it a foul or is it not? That should be the only thing that dictates a call or not. And look, if we want to kind of, loosen the rules a little bit, loosen the contact ability, I'm cool with that. Obviously, we can't loosen it too much. Basketball is still a non-contact sport. But if you want to get I'm talking, very, very small when I say here, folks, okay? So settle down. But if you want to get a tad more physical, swallow more whistles as a whole, I would be fine with that. But this selective call, this earn your call, it's junk, it's nonsense, and it has to go. This is not what the sport is. So other than that, the season's been going smooth besides the FBI allegations and all that. But we got to get better refs in every sport. I don't understand why we don't. Billion-dollar leagues, and they cheap out on everything. That's what's the most frustrating thing. It's like, we're spending our money on merchandise, tickets, and all that. We're betting with all these partners that they're forcing down our throats 24/7. And they're too cheap to, give full-time refs and make refs really, really important. Having a little pride, having integrity as a ref, calling the game fair. That's what we should be investing in. Once again, folks, I don't know how much clearer I have to make it. I'm running for president in 2032. Integrity need to be addressed. And the first and foremost, I thought we were moving toward the right direction, but we aren't. ESPN and Penn Entertainment are ending their sports betting partnership. It was a 10-year deal that only lasted 2. A $2 billion deal for 10 years that only lasted 2 because, they were losing a little money. They were losing a little money. They reported a loss of $76 million during quarter 3 alone and is down $227 million through its first 9 months of the year. Whoa. So you mean, all those ads and, having Stephen A. Smith yell at us and, Greenie's props all the time. You're telling me that nobody would switch to ESPN Bet? Color me shocked. The company that doesn't care about any of its consumers, that is actively not allowing the fans to watch the sports to actually potentially gamble on. Color me shocked. ESPN, it's a garbage company, and unfortunately, my favorite sports book partnered with them. I'm a big fan of DraftKings, folks. I'm a VIP over there. It's no big deal. It's my preferred sports book, and it's really kind of one of the only ones I use. But now they're partnering with ESPN, and I don't like it at all. ESPN and DraftKings are entering a multi-year agreement to become the official sports book and odds provider of ESPN. Great. A company I like, merging with a company I don't like. What do? Do I give them money or do I try not to? Oh, the battle of integrity. What do I do, folks? Oh, I might gotta switch books. Hey, DK, maybe I switch books. Maybe I go to FanDuel. Maybe. Maybe I go to Better. Shout out to Better. Big shout out to Better, folks. Promo code, sign up code, Saint Nick, folks. Come on now. But yeah, this is not what I want to see, but that's what it is. ESPN, they're going to be making more money because ESPN Bet wasn't even near the top. Like, they're not even a profit. Could you imagine not being a profitable sports book? How how embarrassing, honestly. Imagine running a sports book and losing $230 million in 9 months. Oh, let's move on. I'm going to get myself in trouble here, folks. All right, let's move on. Shout out to the deals. Shout out to the deals being done. Alrighty, here we go. We had the trade deadline in the NFL. It did come and it did pass, and we are a full day removed from it. But I'm still going to give my takes quick, so settle down. And there's 2 big overall winners of the trade deadline that really nobody are talking about. Everyone's with the Sauce trade and all that, and I get it. It's a big blockbuster. But there's 2 other teams that kind of won, I think, more than the Colts and the Jets, really. So here we go, the trade deadline, the big trades. First and foremost, we get the Chargers getting Trevor Penning from the Saints, the tackle. They definitely need that. I don't think it's going to help too much, but they're getting decimated on the line. So the Chargers at least try to fix something at the trade deadline, so I got to give them a little credit there. And Trevor Penning, not bad. Alrighty, Cowboys getting Quinnen Williams from the Jets. Okay. The Cowboys traded Micah Parsons for a defensive tackle, so Is that what's wrong with this Cowboys team? Jerry Jones think it's the defensive tackles that is really ruining this team. I don't know about that, so we'll see. All right, here we go. This is winner number one. This is winner absolutely number one. They won the trade, folks. They won the trade deadline. They won it all. The Seahawks get Rashid Shaheed from the Saints. And god damn, folks, Rashid Shaheed is so gosh dang good. He was the only reason why the Saints put up any points over the last 2 years. We talk about it all the time. He's always open, that 50-yard deep shot bomb. Sure hands as always. And now he's the number 2 in Sam Darnold. I mean, god dang. We just saw JSN last week, be so dominant. Nobody ever questioned him as like the number 1 receiver. So now that Rashid Shaheed can come in and be just the number 2, oh baby, Seattle Seahawks fans, y'all got to give it up. Y'all got to give it up. Y'all swindled, only having to give up a 2026 4th round pick and a 2026 5th round pick for Rashid Shaheed. Oh, you do that trade all day and tomorrow. So I have the Seahawks as the overall winner of the trade deadline, folks. Number 2 winner is Alec Pierce, actually. Alec Pierce, folks, because the Colts trade away Adonai Mitchell to the Jets, which is just going to increase Alec Pierce's production. I mean, once again, a receiver that doesn't get enough love in this league, so slapped around. We were betting the books wouldn't even give us a number on his receiving yards for the entire season. I told Vegas I would take 800 yards at whatever price they wanted to give me, and nobody reached out. And I think he's at like the 700-yard mark right now, halfway through the season. This man is so good and underrated. Everyone gushes over Michael Pittman Jr. He's solid. But he ain't like that. So, Adonai Mitchell taking targets, taking looks away from Alec Pierce. Watch out for Alec Pierce to even, pop off even more. Now, the Colts also got Sauce Gardner in the trade, and, this is going to be interesting. Is this going to work or not? Obviously, his first 2 seasons, I mean, wow, came onto the scene. He was kind of highly regarded as one of the best corners in the league, top 3, top 5, top 2. Maybe people had him even at 1. We have seen maybe a little bit of that star power die down a little bit. Now, is that due to him just, declining as a player, or maybe even just overinflated to begin with? Or is it that he was with the Jets and the Jets are a sorry organization and everybody that is there for more than a year, their production is going to decrease because it's a shitty team? Now, also, we got to kind of remember, Sauce Gardner, he got I think he got away with a lot of holding calls kind of year 1 and 2. That was kind of the controversy around Sauce Gardner. It was like a lot of people are like, he's clearly holding all the time and he's not getting called at all for it. So once again, this is going to be a little bit of a still prove it here by Sauce Gardner. I would still do the trade here if I'm the Colts. You're knocking on the door for a championship run, and I think you always got to go all in. So giving up 2 first-round picks, all right, if he's truly the player that we know that he was billed to be, then this deal is a home run, knock out of the park. Obviously, time will tell. We do know the Colts have a little bit of a solid defense as well, solid scheme. So if Sauce Gardner can just, come in and, fit right in, this Colts team is going to be even more dangerous. We obviously need Daniel Jones to still keep playing at his level. And I don't think last week is a sign of decline there. So I do like overall what the Colts have done. And we'll see if all these first round draft picks for the Jets work out. You still got to hit on the picks, so having picks is nice. Having a lot of picks is nice, but you still got to hit on them. So we'll see if this Jets organization can scout pretty solidly. And I think the last thing just to talk about for this trade and this Sauce Gardner trade alone is that, they do have a defensive-minded head coach in Aaron Glenn. And Aaron Glenn gave the okay to get rid of Sauce Gardner. So what does that say about Sauce Gardner? Once again, Was he overinflated? A lot of people think he was never him to begin with. So we'll see how he does on this Colts team. He should be playing week 1 or hang on. Let's see. Sauce Gardner may be out this week. Hang on. There was still something along the lines that there was still something along with the Jets. All right. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this quick, but we'll see if he's good to go. Let's see. One final. Colts has clear concussion protocol, so that's what it was. He was still in concussion protocol from the Jets, but just 33 minutes ago, he is cleared. He is cleared to go, so that's going to be great to get him out on this field week 1, see how he meshes together. And once again, it's going to be week by week. Who won this trade? Jets and the Colts. It's going to be a narrative every single week, whether he's playing good or bad. So we'll track that and see, but I like the aggressiveness. I like the aggressiveness here by the Colts, and I got to shout out Charlie Gordon once again. We're gushing over her as an owner, just being so hands-on, wanting to learn more about just everything about football from, what's going down on the field to the front office, just getting her hands active in it. And that's what we want to see from our owners. We don't want these owners that bought this team as a hobby and doesn't really pay too much attention to it. Woody Johnson for the Jets saying, hey, I'm not that great of a winner as in terms of winning. Well, that's the only thing that we should be focused on here. So I don't want to hear what you are good at because it doesn't matter. So, love that, kind of her first trade deadline. She's aggressive. She's a buyer. Look, she gave away 2 first-round picks. A lot of people are saying that's overcompensating for a non-quarterback, a non-offensive weapon. And we'll see. Is this going to be her first major lesson? Maybe 2 first-round picks was too much. But we'll see. Once again, time will tell who won this trade. But I love the confidence. I love the aggressiveness. And nobody should be knocking her for doing this, I think. Alrighty. And then the final one right here, another trade that I'm gushing over was the Jakobi Meyers to Jacksonville trade. Once again, they just needed another receiver there in Jacksonville, somebody that can catch the ball. BTJ, those hands are not that good this season, and it's bringing down the entire offense. It's bringing down Trevor Lawrence. He's better than what, the stats are saying because there's so many drops on this Jags team. It's crazy. And then it's also, holding, Liam Cohen back from, getting his praises as a good offensive mind and a good coach overall. So this Jakobi Meyers trade for a 4th and a 6th round pick, you do it all day long. You're knocking on the door, being competitive, playoff picture here. Year 1, you're trying to set the tone. I love going all in. So I think the Seahawks definitely won the trade. I think the Jags are number 2. Jags at number 3, and I'm going to go the Colts at number 2. I think Sauce is going to be a good addition, a productive, positive addition to this Colts team. All right, and then the one trade that should have been but wasn't. And, oh, man, I want to yell at Andy Reid. Andy! Andrew! Are you crazy? You wouldn't give up a 3rd-round pick for Breece Hall? That's so much shame on you, Big Red. Come on. Breece Hall on this Chiefs team, I start to gush about him. I put him number 1 in my power rankings right now. I don't care. But they only wanted to give a 4th-round pick. Oh, shame. These running backs, they deserve more, folks. More money, more recognition. They deserve to be in the MVP frontrunner category, and they also deserve to get a 3rd-round pick. Come on, Andrew Reid. So big disappointed in there. We'll see if this comes back and bites the Chiefs in the butt. They don't have the best running game, and when we look at the Bills, their running game is better. We like James Cook. We love James Cook. So we'll see if the Chiefs end up regretting not forking up another round pick. I mean, come on. A third round pick, you won't go there. They let me down big. I would have loved to see Breece Hall get out of shitty New York and a chance to win. Alrighty. Real quick here, some stories to go over, and then we are getting into our predicting, reacting to the Week 10 lines. Just real quick, I gush over Matthew Stafford. I put him top 5 all time. I think you can make an argument for a top 3 quarterback of all time. Yes, Matthew Stafford. He's got the ring now. He was doing all he could with the Lions. Every receiver he has, he sets a record with, and then he gets another receiver and then breaks that record, and then he gets another receiver and breaks that record. He slings the ball. He's got the ring now, and Max Crosby agrees. He's been top 5 for the last 15 years. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Being a kid, he was that dude, so seeing him get a Super Bowl is it would be dope to see Stafford win MVP, because people are like, well, is he an Hall of Famer? I'm like, he's been top 5 for 15 years. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Bingo! Don't give a fuck. Unapologetic. I stand with Max Crosby here. Look, you guys want to gush about Josh Allen, who's just a great quarterback in general, but doesn't make his receivers better, right? Does Josh Allen make his receivers better? Because I think Matthew Stafford makes his receivers better. Once again, everybody, Cooper Kupp, they're winning triple crowns every year with this dude. Josh Allen, Keon Coleman was supposed to be the next big thing. Burlington Coat. Keon Coleman's not getting better. Khalil Shakir, I thought he was him. Well, I'm hearing crickets. So, you can gush about Josh Allen. Everybody wants to. I get it. I gush about Matthew Stafford. We are not the same, folks, okay? And speaking of Josh Allen, the selfish man himself, this is why I can't get behind him. We talked about it, the double spike. Everyone's gushing. Oh, my God, double spike, 2 spikes. Oh, my goodness. No, this is selfish. This shouldn't be celebrated, folks. Josh Allen said that was the best spike I ever had in my life. Oh, my God. Once again, making it all about him now. This was supposed to be the lineman's moment. The lineman's moment and the lineman's moment alone. Hey, big fella, thank you for helping us get the tush push going. This QB sneak going, because it doesn't work every time. Remember it didn't work last year against the Chiefs? So this was the big dog's moment. His lone moment, spotlight on him. He spikes it, and then Josh Allen saw his opportunity to get his name attached to the spotlight and took it. Oh, I could catch the ball and spike it myself. Okay, well, that wasn't the point of what this was to begin with. So now Josh Allen goes to the podium, and now the spike that was supposed to be all about the lineman in his spotlight, now Josh Allen saying, hey, that's the best spike I've ever had in my life. Me! Now it's all about me! Me, Big Josh! It's best spike I've ever done! Did you see my spike, though? I know y'all saw the first spike, but did you see my spike after when I caught the ball? Remember me, a quarterback, I can catch the ball? Remember when I caught the ball for a touchdown last year? I threw it to myself? Remember when I threw the ball to myself last year and scored a touchdown and it won me the MVP? Well, maybe this wins me the MVP. I caught a spike and spiked it again! Double spike! It's like a double rainbow! You never seen? I'm so special! I'm Josh Allen! I'm the MVP! I'm the Buffalo Bills! Am I the only one seeing it like it actually is, folks? Enough with this guy. Get him off my screen. And then we're going to close it out here on the stories. Give it up. Charlie Irsay Gordon. I'm a big fan. I'm telling y'all, this is my next 5-year plan, my 7-year plan. I am moving down to Indianapolis. I am becoming a Colts fan, a Pacer fan, a Fever fan, and I am also running for president, folks. That is my next 7 years. They've won me over. I love all their sports teams over there. They're doing it right. We get Charlie Irsay Gordon once again, just hands-on, sideline practice, talking to Shane Steichen, trying to learn from him, trying to pick his brain because he's so fucking good. Such a big brain on Shane Steichen, folks. And Charlie Irsay Gordon, look at her, got the clipboard out. I like her swag. I like that hoodie a lot. I like this hoodie a lot. I really don't know what it is, but I kind of want it. Let me see if AI can find this for me, because I think I want to buy it. This hoodie. I thought it was like Dolce & Gabbana. I thought it was like some D&Gs, but I don't think that's D&G. Can you find the colorful hoodie in this photo? She's got some swag to her. She's got a fucking swag to her, dude. She's got kind of like this. Look, I mean this in all compliment when I say this, but she's kind of got a little mob tone to her. She's kind of got that, like when I see her, I think she kind of commands respect. When she's walking down that sideline, I really think people, they start to kind of square their shoulders. You know what I mean? Start to stand up a little tall. Oh shit, is that Charlie? Oh shit, oh yeah. Hey, Miss Ursay Gordon, what's up, baby? So I mean, I love everything about her. Here we go. Grok's getting back. AI's getting back. Yes, this colorful hoodie is visible in the image. Oh my god. Okay, hang on. It's a rainbow pattern Gucci monogram. It is Gucci, not D&G. Featuring the interlock G&G. See my eyes. You know, I gotta trust my eyes a little bit. I thought it was D&G. It's actually G&G. Gucci. I should have known that. I mean, worn by the woman in the foreground on the right side. She's standing next to the man in the blue jacket. I get what the picture is. If you're looking to buy a similar one, it's the Gucci GG multicolored hoodie sweatshirt. Or sometimes called the GG rainbow jacket. How much is this going to cost me? Is this it? This ain't it. This ain't it. GG rainbow jacket. I don't. You know, I try to give AI the credit and the recognition, and then it just literally tells me wrong information every time. All right, I'm not seeing it here. This is a little bit of it. This is it. I think I found it. Is this it? This doesn't look as bright though. It's made in Italy. Sheesh. $1,200. $1,200 for an extra small? I don't even think this is it. That's not even it. All right. Well, she's got that exclusive Gucci. Charlie Ursay got the exclusive Gucci jacket. And if you're looking to get rid of it, I am interested. I'm interested. All right. Well, it's going to cost they say $1,500 to $2,500. So official versions are sold online. I have not seen them. I haven't seen them. All righty, but shout out to Charlie Ursay Gordon, folks. Give it up for it. All righty, but now let's get into the main topic of today's show. Where is our thinking lining up with Vegas heading into Week 10? Look, I don't like to toot our own horn, but, you know, we did catch some trap bets last week. We caught the trap bet of the Vikings. We caught the trap bet of the Steelers. So hopefully, if there's any trap bets, we can kind of get on the right side here. But it all starts with thinking for the line yourself. So here we go. And also, we have to keep in mind that C.J. Stroud is out this week. C.J. Stroud is out with a concussion against the Jaguars. Davis Mills is going to start, and we don't love that. So we're going to keep that in mind. All righty, but here we go. The Week 10 slate here in the NFL. It starts on Thursday tonight, folks. We've got Raiders at Broncos. Now, as we know, home team always starts at the -3. Now, I think this is a game where the Broncos kind of, you know, because I've knocked the Broncos, folks. I knocked the Broncos here on the show. I'm not a believer in them. I know they won last week against the Texans, blah, blah, blah. I don't count that as a good win. CJ Stroud gets knocked out of the game and they barely win. I think this is kind of a little bit of a game where everyone's going to be like, see, the Broncos are the real deal. They beat the Raiders. I'm not gushing over them. I'm going to call this one Broncos -6.5. I've got no love for this Raiders team. They've got no identity, and Geno Smith is one of the worst starting quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm going to call it Broncos -6.5. And it's even more than that. Broncos -9.5 in Vegas is right on it. I mean, I think people are going to think they're getting good value with the Raiders, and I don't see it as that. Like I said, I'm not a believer in this Broncos team, but this Raiders team is junk. It's junk. It's garbage. It's trash. I'll go with the Broncos here. Sean Payton, Thursday Night Football at home. Mile High Gino, Ashton Genty. You might want to take some couple of puffs of an inhaler, get your breath. All right? I'm going Broncos -9.5. All righty, here we go. We got an international game this week, folks. And we'll see if Charlie Ursay Gordon's making the trip and keeping everybody in line. We got Falcons at Colts in Berlin, Germany, folks. Falcons at Colts, so we got to take away the -3, wipe that right off the board here. And this is going to be really interesting. This Falcons defense kind of struggled 2 weeks ago against the Dolphins, shored it up a little bit last week, still meh. But this is interesting. I'm going to call this one Colts -4.5. And I think I'm going to take it here. I just think, when you're talking international games, who's the overall better team from coaches to positions to, just being ready. And I think the Colts are going to be fine in this one. So I'm going to call this one Colts -4.5. And I think I'm fine swallowing all those points. And wow, it's even more. Colts -6.5. Sheesh. Under the touchdown hook, I think I still play it there. We'll give out our official picks tomorrow. I got to sleep, digest these lines, do a little bit more research. Where's that money coming in on? And then we'll talk about our official picks tomorrow on the show. But early leanings Colts there. That's interesting. Alrighty, next game up, we got Bills at Dolphins and Josh Allen. Listen up and listen up good. Alright? You're supposed to be the Bills, the number 1 seed in the power rankings, which is crazy to say. You're supposed to be MVP front runner, which once again is crazy to say. But if it's all true and you should be there, then you'll dominate this week, and I better see it from you. I don't want to see you squeak out a win against the garbage, trash, abysmal Finns. I don't want to see you only have a good game because James Cook ran for 250 yards. You need to go out and win this game yourself, Superman. Hey, Superman, can you do it? Can you actually earn an MVP? Hey, Alan, hey, Josh, how about you go and earn the MVP? Blow us out, and you better hope you do, because if you don't, I'm all over that ass, baby. So, I'll play the game. You want me to predict the line? It's Bills -11.5 on the road against Miami. Bills -9.5. Maybe Vegas isn't so sure about these Bills. Give me the Dolphins +9.5. I'll see you on Monday, Josh. Next game up. This is a great game. Great game that I think we're going to be able to get some value on. Patriots at Bucks. I am gushing over the Bucks. I am gushing, folks. Shout out Drake May. Shout out this Patriots team. But I think people forget about this Bucks offense and this Bucks defense, all right? I think Drake May, I think he, not going to say take a step back, but I think he doesn't look as sharp as he had in this game. I think Vegas is going to favor the Patriots a little bit. I'm going to call this one Bucks -1.5. And we munch on it. And you give me any points, I'm taking the money line for the value. But I'm going to call it Bucks -1.5. I think Vegas is going to give a little bit love to the Patriots. And it's Bucks -2.5. Okay, so a little bit of love for the Patriots here. They're saying that Patriots are a smidge better team, and that's where the value comes in. Give me under that 3 field goal hook there. I love that by the Bucks. All right, now we got Ravens at Vikings. Another great game should be, and another potential game where we may be able to squeak out some value here. We had J.J. McCarthy back last week, got the win, but really snuck it out. Really snuck out that win over the Lions. I think people are going to be maybe a little bit heavy on the Vikings here, but the Ravens also, began their kind of, hey, we're back last week as well. I'm going to call this one, I'm going to call this one Ravens -1. I'm going to call this one Ravens -1. Whoa, Ravens -4.5. God damn, dude. Vegas, they're not playing this week. Wow. Ravens -4.5. I mean, everybody said the Ravens are right back on track. Vegas is right back believing in it. And I think people are going to be on the Vikings, and I don't know if I blame them. Sheesh. This one is going to come down to that half a hook. This is going to be a tight game. Damn. All right. Next one up here, we got Giants at Bears. Giants at Bears, and this is an interesting one. This Giants team is putting up points, which is great. I mean, no Cam Scatterboo still able to put up points last week. Jackson Dart's playing very solid. And he's able to make the plays with his feet. He's able to extend the plays, and that's what's, helping this offense here. You're going against the Bears who, they've been stacking some wins. They've been kind of getting some love in the national media here. I'm going to call this one Bears -4, and I think I like the Giants with the points at that point. And there it is, Giants +4.5, Bears -4.5. So I kind of like the Giants with the points. I mean, I don't think any of these teams are too dominant offensively or defensively. Probably a higher scoring game, 46.5 being the total there. Probably kind of liking the over there. But I think the Giants with the points there, that's an interesting one. And I've got a small start to gush. Small start to gush on the Giants with the points. Alrighty, next one up. Another game we could get sneaky good value on, folks. Like, ooh. Saints at Panthers. Now, at worst case scenario, I think this is going to be Panthers -3. That classic, home line 3-point. And at that, I still take the Saints. So you give me any 3+ with the Saints, I'm taking it. The Saints defense has been sneakily good, especially in the second half of games. Where this Panthers team, Bryce Young is winning by throwing 100 yards. 100 yards a game, and he's hitting the sideline reporters in the head on half of his throws. Oh, please, Vegas. Please give us the value. Give me Saints +4.5. Yeah! There it is. We're cashing out. Saints +5.5, and I'm munching it up right now. I know this Panthers defense is pretty solid, or it's really the best thing about them. I like their head coach. But the Saints, oh no, they just lost Rashid Shaheed too. Oh no. Oh, I forgot about the Rashid Shaheed. That's their only playmaker. Dang it. So, okay, hang on now. I think it's Panthers -5.5. This is the Vegas psychology right here, folks. Weren't the Saints +5.5 last week as well against a better team? Saints last week against the Rams? What was the spread? Yeah, 4. Okay, never mind. Yeah, 14. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, the Saints were 5-point underdogs. 5-point underdogs. It was like 4.5 at home against the Bucs. Now it's the same on the road against the Panthers. And we see it right here. People are betting it. -112 at +5.5 with the Saints. The public, the money's on the Saints here, and I think you got to flip it. They just lost their best weapon, Tyler Shock. I don't know, folks. I think I like Rattler better. But I do think this Saints defense has something here. This is an interesting one. We're gonna have to dive into some more numbers here. Panthers -5.5, I think, has to be the play over the Saints, but We'll come back. We'll come back. This is a close one. Probably safe and smart to stay away from. All right. Now we get Browns at Jets. Browns at Jets. Who fucking cares, dude? Jets, I mean, they're rebuilding. Who cares? Jets -3. Who cares? Jets +1.5. Okay. This is ugly. We can't bet on this. We don't even know the quarterback. Oh, stop. I won't even watch this game. Browns at Jets. Jeez. All right. Now we're getting to a good one. Jags at Texans. Unfortunately, no CJ Stroud, which sucks. Davis Mills. I mean, I want to believe in the man, but last week, woof. Jags getting Jacoby Myers. Could be good. BTJ, a little pressure on him. Let's see if he responds positively to it. Man, if CJ Stroud was playing this game, I mean, this is a no-brainer. Texans defense, it's good. I love it. That's why we have it so high in our power rankings. We're hanging our hats on that defense. Oh, man, this is an interesting one. I'm going to go Jags +1. Jags +1 on the road. Jags -1.5, so a little bit more love. A little bit more love for the Jags here with no CJ Stroud. I don't know if they'll put up any points. I mean, the Texans are only going to score if they get some turnovers, short fields, field goals. Cam Little can drill them from anywhere with the Jags. This is going to be a tight game. I mean, really unfortunate CJ Stroud's not playing in it. All right, we got 4 more games left here. Let's keep going down the slate. Next one is Cardinals at Seahawks, and I know Jacoby Brissett and all that, but he's doing it against the Cowboys. This Seahawks defense is great. They just got Rashid Shaheed, who I think won the trade deadline. And I'm going to go Seahawks -6.5 here, hopefully under the touchdown hook. I'm going to take whatever it is. If I have to swallow more than 7.5, I will. But this Cardinals team, they're too high right now. They're too high, and they're not playing the best defenses. So give me the Seahawks -6.5. Boom! Right on the money, and I'm gushing over it. Under the touchdown, that's exactly where I want to be. Give me the Seahawks -6.5 all day, folks. All right, now we got Lions at Washington. No Jaden Daniels, obviously. Lions, they lost last week. You know, this Washington defense, when their offense isn't working, who cares about the defense? This is going to get ugly and get ugly quick. I'm going to go Lions -6.5, and this is non-competitive. There it is, Lions -7.5, so going to have to swallow over that touchdown. It's probably not worth it at that point, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, now it's Rams at Niners, and hey. I know everyone's off the Niners now because of all the injuries, but it shouldn't matter. They're still better than 90% of the league. Rams at Niners, so Rams winning. They won't even get credit for this win, so who cares? But I'm going to go Rams -5.5 here against the Niners, and we'll take it. Rams -4.5. Perfect. I'm taking the Rams here all day. You know I'm big on the Niners. I got them in my power rankings, but Mac Jones, if he's playing, woof. Good luck. Good luck. Rams -4.5. I'll tell you, I'll definitely be betting this. This is a game I will definitely be betting. All right, here we go. Next one is Steelers at Chargers. Steelers at Chargers. Now, this is going to be big interesting. This one's going to be big interesting. Steelers defense, got after it last week, and they only won by 1 possession. Real close game. Where we know with the Chargers, they kind of struggle out of the gate, but they can kind of turn it on in the second half. I'm going to call this one Chargers -3, and that's going to tell us a lot. This line's going to tell us a lot. Vegas kind of tipped their hand last week with the line kind of still being, Steelers favorites at home, which they really had no respect being. But I'm going to go Chargers -3 at home. And there it is, Chargers -3. So there it is. This is 0. This is a pick 'em on a neutral field. This is going to be an interesting one. All right, and then that leaves us Monday Night Football, Eagles at Packers. And I'm gushing over the Eagles. Stop with the Packers, the biggest frauds. I'm going to actually go Eagles -2.5 here. Monday Night Football. And oh, dude, Eagles plus 2.5 money line at plus 114. There's your best value of the entire week, folks. Eagles money line plus 114 is the best value glance right there. So get it while you can. Stop with the fucking Packers, dude. Honestly, what are they good at? Show me one thing. No Tucker Kraft. Good luck. Alrighty, well, that is going to do it for us today, folks. We got some nice early value that we can kind of chase. We'll go and solidify our picks tomorrow. Like I said, I got to look at some of my data points. I got to see where some sharps are. I got to see where some money is. And I got to kind of see where Twitter's at. So we'll come back. We'll make our official picks tomorrow. 5 picks. We got Thursday Night Football on tonight. So we like that, and we can all watch it. It's on Amazon. And we also like the Broncos minus 9.5. I don't think this is going to be close with the Raiders. We know the Broncos have only been scoring in the fourth quarter of the last few games, but it all turns around tonight. Broncos swallow all those points, folks. Alrighty, like I said, that's going to do it for us today. We're back tomorrow to break down the game, to give you our official predictions for the weekend. I appreciate y'all listening, tuning in, watching. Get a great rest of your Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow, folks.